The story continues as Adonis couldn't help but recall the first time he met Ophelia. He asked her if she could really resurrect Chloe. Ophelia confidently assured him that witches never tell lies. The scene shifted to a moment where Adonis, Ophelia, and the local witches stood before a tree, all fixing their gaze on Chloe, who was perched in the branches. They attempted to heal her, but despite Adonis's deep love for her, he refused to help. He didn't want Chloe to experience the pain of the harsh world again, believing she couldn't bear its burden. Adonis decided to use a spell called Nostalgic Memories, to replace his longing for Chloe with different memories. This unexpected display of power stunned everyone present. From the tree, Doroko descended, and Adonis embraced her when she awoke from her slumber. He explained that he didn't want to leave his debt to her unpaid. Doroko mustered her strength and realized she was in a place called Lunamilla, the land of witches. She found herself facing Ophelia and the other witches but couldn't remember how she got there, except for being shot. Doroko then noticed she was naked and asked why, quickly apologizing for the awkward situation and requesting Adonis to erase it from his memory. Adonis reassured her, provided clothes, and told her that she had saved him in Redia, so now they were even. Doroko inquired about Chloe, but Adonis remained silent. Ophelia confronted Adonis, expressing her disappointment in his actions. She reminded him of the witches' dedication to helping him, risking their lives to save him, tending to his wounds, and ensuring his safety. They also tried to heal Chloe so that she could live again. Ophelia accused him of squandering their efforts, suggesting that he had never truly loved his teacher. The witches mocked him for betraying them and abandoning Chloe in favor of Doroko. Ophelia addressed Doroko, suspecting that she might have influenced Adonis to abandon Chloe. Doroko couldn't respond, and Adonis ordered everyone to keep quiet, dismissing them as insignificant witches. He declared his unwavering decision not to resurrect Chloe, which led Ophelia to mock him for his arrogance, claiming that in their eyes, he was nothing more than a mere human. Amid their conversation, a sudden teleportation process appeared, leaving Ophelia bewildered about what Adonis had done. Adonis apologized, explaining that he had been a long-term prisoner. He showed Ophelia a chip and revealed his plan to hunt humans on his own, without interference. The chip unexpectedly exploded, causing fear among everyone, and then they noticed the Mido tree was on fire, shocking them all. Yamato arrived, surprised to find one of the witch trees still standing. He informed the group that the unidentified dome had suitable oxygen levels and removed his protective guard. Other soldiers also arrived, surrounding Adonis and Doroko. Yamato mockingly referred to them as the last remnants of an evil lineage, comparing them to rats in a cage. Adonis then revealed that he had called them to this graveyard to confront them. One of the witches assured Ophelia not to worry, claiming they could control the fire with her water magic. However, as she attempted the spell, a soldier struck her, splitting her in half. Ophelia was left in shock, unsure of how to save her city. Desperate, she called upon Santa Maria for help, who used her enchantment magic to transform all the witches into battle attire, ready to fight Yamato and his men. The battle commenced, with Adonis trying to use summoning magic in a direct manner. Yamato rushed at him with his sword, injuring Adonis on the face. Adonis managed to take Yamato's weapon and struck him with it, causing Yamato to fall to the ground. Adonis continued to attack him, inflicting significant pain and repeatedly urging him to get up, as he had come to kill him. Doroko intervened and held Adonis back to prevent further harm. The scene changed to Crystal Maya, the gem witch, using her power on the soldiers. Many gems appeared on the soldiers, making them unable to move or breathe as the gems kept growing. Then Dakia, the Venom Fang witch, joined the attack, releasing her snakes to attack and kill the soldiers. Following that, Griana, the Swarm witch, used her power to kill the soldiers with centipedes. Some other witches joined the fight, attacking with arrows and tree branches. Ophelia also used her power, lifting the soldiers into the air. They tried to shoot her, but all the bullets changed their path, and she collected them, forming a ball. She used her magic, called the Death Game, to completely crush the soldiers. Olivia expressed her belief that humans were very weak, like infants, and she thought victory would be on their side. However, she was surprised to see the Swarm witch cut in half as more soldiers appeared. Olivia remarked that they were trying to win the fight by outnumbering the witches. The scene shifts to the directors. One of the directors, named Dynasma, asks Director Theta why there are still so many witches alive despite their efforts to exterminate them. Director Theta explains that the -89 model, used for physical transfer, was thrown into space after the witch extermination war. However, the witches seem to have captured one of these models and used it to their advantage. The director mentions that the witches used their knowledge to escape. Theta apologizes for not discovering this sooner. The director questions her again, pointing out that the moon base they built was hidden from their astronomical radar by magical camouflage. He confronts her, asking why she allowed this to happen, warning that this failure will have severe consequences, more than just her life. Another director intervenes, named Shirasaki, the National Intelligence Agency director. He suggests that they should focus on finding a way to end the current situation, as soldiers are still hunting witches. Later, the scene shifts to Yuki, and Yamato reflects on how she had always been by his side. When he joined the National Security Office, Yuki did the same, and when he became the youngest deputy director in history, she continued to support him. Yamato finds her amazing and asks Director Theta why she assured him that everything would be fine, reminding her that Yuki is only 14 years old. Returning to the present, Yamato confronts Adonis, blaming him for everything that's happening. He promises that Adonis will pay a high price for it and boosts his power to 500%. Adonis tries to shoot him, but Yamato's speed is too much. He delivers a powerful blow to Adonis's face, causing him to fall to the ground. Doroko rushes to check on him, and the furious leader of the soldiers, Yamato, is surprised to find Adonis standing with the witches, even though he is human. In his anger and fury, Yamato grabs his sword and recalls memories of Yuki, his beloved, and the happy moments they shared. He becomes deeply saddened by these memories and sheds tears, expressing his desire to find a peaceful place to live with Yuki once the war is over. In his rage and enhanced power, he wants to take revenge on all the witches. He uses an anti-witch attack, surrounding the entire area, intending to kill all the witches with this strike. Adonis manages to evade the attack, causing only a minor injury to his face. Anna uses her death cancel at the right moment to save Doroko, and Doroko thanks her deeply for being her friend. However, Anna tragically dies shortly after, leaving Doroko deeply saddened and screaming in grief. At the same time, the National Security Office contacts their headquarters to report that they've lost the video feed and can't assess the situation. They urgently request an update. Doroko is shown crying intensely due to the loss of her friend Anna. She pleads with everyone to stop the killing and bloodshed. The scene then shifts back to Adonis and Commander Yamato. Yamato tells Adonis that he will kill him and make him pay a high price for everything he has done. He informs the National Security Office that they have successfully eliminated all the witches, leaving only the boy, Adonis, whom he plans to eliminate. Adonis removes his cloak and uses his summoning magic to create armor in his hand. Yamato tries to strike him with his sword, but Adonis swiftly avoids the attack. Adonis then uses a powerful spell and strikes Yamato. Yamato attempts to deflect it with his sword, but this blow shatters his sword and causes a severe injury. Adonis tries to strike him again, but Yamato successfully blocks it and significantly increases his power. He quickly renews his sword, and Adonis realizes it was a trick to catch him off guard. Yamato is determined to eliminate him. Yamato strikes Adonis with a very powerful blow with his sword, but Adonis blocks it with both of his hands. Suddenly, the presence of some witches who haven't completely died but have been severely wounded becomes apparent. They say it's over for them now. Ophelia, in her final breath, tells them not to give up, but the witches say that the Mido tree has been completely burned and will never give birth to witches again. One of the witches, in an emotional outburst, says they won't surrender and can't bear to lose more of their kind. They decide to support Adonis and defeat the National Security Bureau. However, suddenly, one of the soldiers kills her, and many soldiers join him in killing many of the witches. The battle between Yamato and Adonis continues. Yamato uses his thermal electric powers to the maximum, creating a massive storm of blood. Adonis tries to break through it but struggles. Suddenly, a sword emerges from Yamato and pierces Adonis's body, severely wounding him. Yamato mocks the witches, asking if this is all they can do. But Adonis activates a powerful spell, summoning a sword from the sky that cuts off Yamato's arm and inflicts massive damage. Adonis points out that they both seek revenge and share a similar determination. Meanwhile, the soldiers who want to kill the witches are conflicted. One of the witches pleads with them not to kill her, and a soldier admits he no longer finds pleasure in it. The battle between Adonis and Yamato intensifies as Yamato vows to kill him and uses his final attack. The scene then shifts to the headquarters of the National Science Agency, where they're inquiring about the leaders of the attack. There's no video footage showing what happened, as all the cameras are strangely disabled. Director Yamad from the National Security Bureau suddenly captures their attention and displays real-time video on the screen. He informs them that they have won and urges them to inform the king immediately. They celebrate the news of eliminating all the witches on the surface of the moon. However, on the moon, Yamato stands in a pool of blood, surrounded by dead witches, in a somber mood. This brings an end to our episode. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel for more anime recaps.